Hi there, folks. Simmon here. This is my third match of the 2021 TAC Open Tournament. I'm up against AUP21. As you can see, we are playing by the tournament rules, 6x6 board, 2 Comey, tournament game type, 15 minutes on the clock, and a 15-second increment. Now I looked him up, and it looks like he is rated at 1514 rating, and he's played 113 games, and that is spanning back over 2 years. So he's been playing off and on since around July of 2019. So he recently came back into the community just a little bit to play a little bit more games to prepare for this tournament, but he has been in the community for about 2 years. This should be a fun matchup. I haven't played any games with him before, and I haven't really seen too many of his games, but he's got a decent rating, and it should be a good time. So I am looking forward to this, and yeah, let's jump right into game one. All right, looks like I've got black this game, and he's got white. Let's see how this turns out. All right, I am going to go here with adjacent corners, and if he does do the mirrored opening, I am going to do my strategy here, just like that, just like I talked about in the previous video. This allows me to now take momentum. I now have momentum. I've taken it from white. If he plays at A3, I'd say that's expected, but he's not. He's going to continue pushing this. Maybe he'll drop a capstone here at B4. That would be a pretty strong counter to what I'm doing. If he does, I'll probably play here at B3 if he drops a capstone here. But he's not. So I'm just going to continue placing. And then if he captures over, I'll drop my capstone here at B4. And I think that'll give me a good opportunity to stop whatever he's going to end up throwing at me. I can't imagine he's going to do anything else. He might drop a wall or a flat here. But he's probably, yeah, he's going to make that move. And I'm going to drop my capstone. Now I can capture here. I'm going to continue playing out instead. Now, I'm continuing to play down for this vertical threat. I am making tack threat yet again. We'll see how this plays out. I am going for this vertical, but I also have a horizontal partially built as well. And I've got a way with this D3 flat to come up and interrupt whatever he's got going here on the horizontal. If I need to at some point move this capstone somewhere else, I can do that. And it looks like I may just do that at some point in the near future. I'm going to place here. I was torn between A3 and A2. I feel like A2 might have been better because it would have been more direct and able to make a horizontal threat with the B2 already there. Just continue in that direction. But I wanted to get A3 there so he couldn't drop anything here at A3 first. Additionally, I can't smash this big juicy stack here, which is what I want to do, because I would just give him a road. And so coming up, capturing onto A4 before smashing sounds like a good plan to me. Okay. All right, I gotta examine this. So if I play here and he plays there, Then I play here, and that's tack for me. Okay, so I do have momentum. I'm going to continue to build this. And we'll see how it plays out. He's going to do something this... Oh, he's moving that down. Okay. I see what you're doing here. Okay, what do I want to do here? That's the question. I move up. He places. I smash. He places again, and then I can go 1, 2, 3, and there. Okay, so I'm going to come up with this. So if he does place over here and continue for this vertical threat, I can smash this stack, make my vertical threat. He moves this over to block my road threat. Oh. All right, so I'm making my threat now. I have it in 2 directions. He has to move this wall. That's the only move he has to stop my road. So he moves this wall. Then what do I do? Then I place at... No, then I... Yeah, what do I do? Do I place at A2? If I place at A2, that's not a threat. If I capture, that's not a threat. Ooh, but if I do this, that is a threat. That might not be seen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I just barely have a threat in the horizontal direction. Now, he should drop a capstone right here at C3. I think that is his best bet right now for what to do. And then he can come up and capture onto this C4 stack on the next turn. Although I will want to move that C4 stack before, so he can't get to it with that capstone, because that is not something I want. So this C4 stack is now being moved over here. And if he follows, I might just place here at C4 so that he can't come up with the capstone, and that way I can make my threat yet again. Sort of pin that capstone there, keep it from capturing that big stack. But right now, he does have momentum, and he can just start building this vertical threat. And I will need to respond to that somehow. Okay, I see what you're doing. Not a bad ploy. Now this does a couple things. Me placing at D5 helps ensure that I win the capture war on this stack when it comes to flats. So he can bring this over, I bring this up, he brings this over, I bring this down. I've won the capture war. But it also helps me so I can place at C5 next and start continuing my vertical threat in that direction. Now he's got his threat going. And I don't like that. I I don't like it at all. He's actually got a good spot here because I have this huge liability here. I'm going to use a wall. So I do have 2 Comey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 flats, which is 10 because 2 Comey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flats to him. So 7 to 10. I'm doing okay. But I don't want to capture up with this wall onto this line because then his capstone is unpinned and he can move that. Not what I want. But I'm going to do this. This is concerning. I've gotten myself into a little bit of trouble here. And now he wins this capture war. And it is looking not so good for me. In fact, I think I'm going to have to move this wall here before I get stuck in some sort of Tinuay situation. Oh no. I might already be in one. Hang on. So if I come up with the wall and he comes up with this, I can come up again and then he can't go either direction. Okay, so yes, I am okay to do this. But it does allow his capstone to move, and now I can't continue to make any additional threats. He's saying he got a misclick. On his previous move? Okay. Well, there you go. So when he does capture this stack, whether it be with C4 or with D3, I'm going to have to move this wall up onto E4 so that I can cut off his dual threat, which it would be in 2 directions, going left or going down. Now I come up, but he still has this very strong stack, and now he can use that to really mess with what I've got going on and really do a number in terms of flat count differential. So he is definitely in the position of power right now, and I've got to come back from it somehow. Whew. Tough one. I'm in a tricky spot. So he's probably going to spread this down. That'll give him a good flat count differential move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is the full stack. Yes, and he does do that. And I'm going to play another wall right here because I want that stack. And he's winning on FCD right now, on flat count, and I need this stack in order to get my flat count back so I can compete yet again. Maybe I can come up with something tricky in another couple moves. to get my position back. I am playing a little bit quickly. I do have a tendency to play too quickly in a lot of my games, and that might be why I'm in trouble so often in these games in terms of position. We can see that I have been playing well under the 15-second increment for average turn time, and he is down to 11 minutes, so he has been playing more than that, 15 seconds. Could be because people are apparently yelling at him. Let's see. He decides to play there. That is a tack threat. So I have stopped the tack threat with my capture. I don't have to worry about him continuing this line since I do have this wall stack here. Though I don't want this wall stack to get taken by the capstone, because that would be a strong position for him, similar to what I did with my capstone. But I do want to get some flat count differential back. No, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. Yes, that's my move. But I think him coming over with a capstone is going to be rough for me. Oh, actually, okay, so he can do that, yeah. Oh, it's a tricky spot. It's a very tricky spot. If he comes over, I don't want him to smash, and he won't be able to make an immediate threat. Okay, so I cut that off. That's fine. I have a plan, actually. And I wonder how it can work. I don't think there's a Tinue available for me. Not as of yet. Oh, he played up here at A4. What is your plan there, Sonny? I'm playing at D6, so now I've got this vertical line building. So if I come up with part of this B3 stack upwards, I can threaten a vertical road by smashing this wall, and if he moves the capstone up or over something like that, I can then place down here to make this vertical line down here as well. So it's not Tinue by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a decent threat and it might help me get back in the game. Let's look at the flat count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus 2 is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 12 to 8. So I'm doing great in flat count now, but that can all change very quickly. I've got some liabilities here. I've got a ton of liabilities in terms of these two stacks. So he can regain that in several turns, and then I would be in trouble for sure. Definitely in trouble. So he comes up there. Okay. Here is my play. I leave 1. come up. Yeah, I don't immediately lose. Okay, good. Oh, he did that, but now I win. Okay. I was confused. I was about to miss my own win because I was thinking about what he did there. Oh man. Oh, that's too bad. I hate it when that happens. And as soon as you make your move, you're like, oh dang it, he won. Oh, that's the worst. But that was a fun game, and I was in trouble for pretty much the whole time. So he did a really good job of stopping my opening there. I think that he let it get away from him when I came back with that wall. I think that was when the tide started to turn. He should have come over with that capstone and done some work there. But that was fun. That was a fun game, and it was definitely a challenge. So now I'm coming in as white. Here we go with game 2 of Simmon versus AUP21. And I'm coming out with a corner. And I'm going to go with the Knights opening. I like the Knights opening. I haven't had too much practice doing it myself, except for maybe in 1 or 2 games, just like in the last video I used it. But I liked it. It's a decent little opening here. And it is, I feel like it's stronger than going straight to the center. You're a little closer to your home piece here, and you're still centered enough, and you can really push for momentum fairly quickly. So I'm gonna play here actually, a little bit differently. So I was gonna play here at e5, but he's got a flat there. So I figure if I play over here at f5, there I am connected. Now I'm going full connect here. So if he plays down, I can play down. If he comes over, I can play here. There's a lot I can do from this position. Coming down and capturing onto e4 is probably the thing that I don't want him to do the most. But now he's got a flat here at f3. He's going to come up and capture onto f4 likely. So because of that, I maybe wanted to play at d3 instead. d3 might have been the better choice there. And I'm not going to play a capstone because I feel like if I play a capstone up here, he's going to bring this stack down, and then I won't get at it. But he's definitely shown that he is a force to be reckoned with here, so I need to be careful about how I'm playing. And I do want to look for a gap when he captures, if he leaves a gap somewhere for me to drop a capstone in a good spot where my capstone can't be isolated and where he doesn't really have too far to go, so I can still use that. Follow a lot of the guidelines in the Capstones video of Tech University, basically, is what I'm saying. All right. Looks like a lot of games are being played right now, a lot of tournament games. All of these are tournament games except for this one bot match. All right, so he placed here at d3. And I'm fine with that. I'm actually going to make a... So I'm making the capture here. Now he may decide to drop a capstone here at e5. And if he does, I'm going to want to move this stack somewhere, maybe to the left, maybe down. I haven't quite decided yet. Maybe I'll move half of it over here to F4. Nope. I'm going to be doing that. Make my attack threat yet again. He'll come over maybe with this. If he doesn't, if he drops like a cap here, I'll toss this to the side. No. Okay, so now I'm making attack threat again, going in the vertical direction, going south. If I spread this stack, that's a road. I am intrigued by what is occurring. Okay, so he's playing that. I'm going to go ahead and drop my capstone here. Now, the capstone in this spot, I went for D3 over F3 because I don't want it to be up against the wall. I don't feel like it's going to do much for me here. This way, I'm at least going in the horizontal direction in addition to the vertical direction. I'm improving my position, basically. And I can come over, capture this as a hard capstone if I want to. And then place down here E1 for another threat if I wanted to do that as well. But there have been a lot of captures this early in the game, and I don't think that they have been coming out on top for him. He really should have dropped maybe a capstone here. Then I would have been forced to spread this stack out. But he's making a lot of flat-on-flat captures, and as we talked about in the captures video of TAC University, not a super great tactic to take. Making early flat-on-flat captures, even flat-on-flat captures in general, are typically things you want to avoid unless you need to or you're positive it's going to influence your position for the better. So, I'm going to play here. And this sets me up for making a hard capstone and then coming down for a road threat. And he will likely notice that. But before I come over, I might want to play at F3 just so I can be sure that that's Tinue. Because if I played F3 first, then him coming over with D4 onto E4 wouldn't be cutting off my threat. But yeah, him dropping like a capstone right here would be pretty brutal for me. It would be very difficult to work around. And while it's like up against the wall, I think that at this point he kind of has to drop it here just to mess me up. Okay, so he dropped that. I'm going to go ahead and make my hard capstone. He comes up with it. I'm going to go continue, make my threat. So I've got my attack threat yet again. Oof. Now this is tempting. Do I smash this? No. I'm going to leave that there for now. I'm going to play here at F4. And then I can play down here at F2 and F1. I'd go for a smash on F3 for a road. Or I could play at F3 first and just go for that initial threat yet again and keep him moving that wall, building up more flats underneath it so that I can smash that and get another strong capstone stack. Yeah, I think I'll play f3 here if he doesn't do something right there immediately. But if he does drop, say, a wall here at f3, I'll just play at f2, then work at f1 and threaten that smash. And if he brings that wall up, I can drop at f3. I'm going a little far into the game here, guessing on what moves he's gonna make. So I'm gonna play here. Now I've got another attack threat. He's gonna come over. I'll come over as well. I'm gonna keep placing. I'm gonna place and place and place as much as I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flats for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for him there. Okay. He's making a lot of flat on flat captures here. That one I didn't really like. I don't think that one was too great for him. He will need to bring this wall over onto f4 because this just gets recaptured by my flat on f6. And now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flats to 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 2 is 6. So he's up on me in terms of flats, but I have the ability to spread this out and gain 3 flats in one turn if I'm not even capturing any of his flats on the same turn. So I'd say that I'm in a pretty comfortable position where I am right now. I am forcing him to drop walls. I'm going to play this. So my goal here, my thoughts for playing this, I'm going to bring over part of this stack. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably the top 6, leaving 1 white flat behind. Bring them here. And I'm going to want to smash this wall, which I'll probably throw up to f6. And then I can regain a lot of those flats and have a strong position here. We'll see how it goes. Do I want to come over first? No, I'm going to drop f1 first. This is attack threat going in the vertical direction with this stack, because I can spread it out upwards. So now I've got this attack threat. He's got to respond in some way. And if he responds with this flat coming over, for example, I can respond with this, with my big stack coming over to the right and threatening to smash this. Okay, he moves it. Is he going to self-smash this wall? That's a good question. So if he throws this all the way, I'll need this to catch it. But I won't be able to threaten the road at the same time if he self-smashes, if I do this. I'm going to do this one anyway. So he'll self-smash here. I think it'll work out okay-ish. We shall see. So he's basically got a self-smash. He's not. I think that gives me the win. No, it doesn't give me the win because he'll come over with this wall. And then I'll place, and then he'll come up with the wall. And that'll stop me. Okay. Okay, I see it. I still think I'm in a good spot, though. Or he'll come down with the capstone. That's also another possibility. Oh, now that I've captured down with that stack, he can bring the wall over. Nope, not gonna do that. Okay, so it's tempting to smash that and make another threat, because then he'd be required to bring the capstone up. Yeah, I'm gonna. No, he wouldn't be required to bring the capstone up, but this is a silly game with a lot of captures. If he brings the capstone here, then I'm gonna have to do something else. If he brings it down, I win, and it's Tinue. So he has to self-capture with this capstone. There's no other move he can make. If he does not, it is Tinue. So he did self-capture. Now I am going here. Is this Tinue? Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can move it 4 this way or 4 that way. I win. That is Tinue. Ha! I kind of lucked into that. It was a little bit of lucking into that, but Tinue started when I smashed this. When I smashed this, the game was over. So when he moved this wall up here, instead of moving it over to the left and capturing the stack, that's when the game ended. Okay. Wow, that's actually not a bad puzzle. It's a little obvious what to do in this situation, because clearly you want to smash this. If it's a Tinue puzzle, you know Tinue is going to be there, so you're going to want to smash. So obviously you smash. Then there's only one move black can make to not lose, and that's going this way. Because if he comes down here, it's just place at F2 and then you win. So if he comes up this way, which he does, I move the entire stack up. He drops that. Now I spread out to the left. Good game. That was a really fun one. That was a lot of fun. Sorry, that was 27 consecutive misclicks, he says. Oh, that was a lot of fun. That was good. I actually think he's got a pretty good head for this, and I think we'll see some pretty solid games out of him in the rest of the tournament. But that was a fun game. It was kind of silly, just the amount of stacking that was going on and the amount of movements that was happening. That is not how most people play tack. That is how I will tell you, don't play tack that way. It is a trap. Lots of stacking, lots of stack movements are not what you want to do. But that was fun. that was a lot of fun. Anyway, that is all for today. Be sure to check out the description below, especially the link for the Discord, which is the community hub. That's where you'll find all the people to play with on PlayTac. You'll be able to play people asynchronously in the Discord. You don't have any time limits or anything like that. A lot of fun. Super fun to play and super fun to talk to the people in the Discord about all things tack, talk about strategy. People post puzzles in there, they post pictures of their homemade sets. Sometimes they even give guides on how to build these homemade sets. And really fun stuff. Also, that's where we organize these tournaments. You'll see announcements about those tournaments there and on other places as well. But thanks again for watching. And until next time, have a great day and happy tacking.